Yo, what is going on, guys? Back today talking some more NHL 19. We already got our wish list out of the way for EASHL. It's time to go wish listing for NHL 19. EA's favorite game mode in NHL, the moneymaker Hockey Ultimate Team. I'm just going to get this out of the way real quick before we even bring this up. I'm like being completely honest. I want to give Hut a little bit of a comparison here. Hut's the Oilers, EA's Peter Chiarelli. Hut, honestly, you look at Hut, and honestly, if you look at the stuff it's had some big strides. There's been a lot of big jumps over the years. And it's honestly got all the potential in the world. Like, there's a lot of stuff that can make Hut enjoyable. And EA just found a way to ruin it. Like, they had the keys, they just couldn't find the ignition. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I like the Peter Chiarelli. Like, look what he's got to work with in Edmonton, and somehow he messed it up. EA, look what they got to work with in Hut, and somehow they messed it up. So what did they mess up, right? What do we got to improve on? What's some of the stuff we want to see on the wish list, right? Let's get it out of the way early. We all know about it. Less 99 overalls. I don't know if you know this, EA, but every single team doesn't have a McDavid or Crosby on it, because judging by like the 65, 99 overalls, you may have not got the memo. Let me give you another comparison. I like the comparison game today. We're going to give you another comparison you might understand here, EA. 3 or 4 weeks ago, you gave me a 28-year-old Sedin twin, right? Vancouver Canucks. You guys know who the Sedins are. Vancouver boys over there. But then 2 weeks later, you know, week or two, 2 weeks later, whatever, you're like, you know what? We're going to release a new Henrik Sedin. This is the 35-year-old version. We want you to use it instead. Now, am I going to use the 28-year-old version of Henrik Sedin or the 35-year-old version? Nah, no. Especially if you're giving me the 28 one first. You give me the 28 one second, made me use the 35-year-old first. Be like, yeah, sure, give me the 28-year-old Sedin. But no, you gave me the 99 overall version first, and then 2 weeks later, you're trying to get me to buy a 96 overall version. Why? Because you messed up and gave guys too many 99 overalls, and now you're trying to, you know, release new cards that are like, look at these guys, no overall. What's the point? Nobody wants to, especially with how lightly priced everything is. You can't really expect people to run out there and get it, you know what I mean? So less cards in general, you know, like when we say 99 overalls, let's say less cards in general. We'll add that to the list. I like new cards. I really do. I think they're fancy. I like when you guys add the new cards. The card designs were nice this year. You could have saved some of them for next year too. The card designs were pretty good. But when you release so many different new cards, and so many cards every single day, like we're getting 5 or 6 cards. I mean, you look at Hut today, we're in May. You know, the Huts are honestly irrelevant, let's be honest. And there's 4, 8, 12. There's at least 12 featured cards out right now. I guess there's more than that if you count Team of the Week. So there's at least 8 non-Team of the Week featured cards out right now. When you release that many cards every single day, it starts to lose relevance. Like if you release one really good player every day, or one every couple of days, 2 every couple of days, the want for those cards is higher. The people want those cards more. When every single player's got an upgrade, like how much can you possibly want that? When everybody's got something, it's a supply and demand thing, right? When the supply is all up, how low is the demand going to be? It's going to be lower. When there's a low supply, high demand. Makes people want to play the game. Supply and demand. I think you guys understand that as well. I'm trying to speak in English here for you guys, EA. Maybe you're not watching a video. You're probably not. I probably don't watch anything I'd watch, to be honest. But, you know, if you were, I'm trying to make it understandable for you. Maybe somebody will share it and you guys will watch it and take notes. Because I'm not trying to be a butthead about it. I'm not trying to be a prick to EA right now. I'm just trying to explain how to make Hut better. I'm trying to help you guys out. I'm trying to explain my wish list. And I'm sure there'll be some great people that comment down below some things they want to see in Hut as well. Which will bring up a quick point real quick. I ain't really going to cover anything as far as gameplay is concerned. You know, the problems. There's always going to be people that cheese the game. Let's be honest here. It doesn't matter what they do. People are always going to exploit it. There's stuff they can do to fix it, obviously, to make the gameplay better. But I'm just trying to, in general, get people to want to click on Hut kind of things here. Things that need fixed, just for people to be interested in Hut, regardless of what may or may not happen in gameplay, right? So another thing, wish list, less collectibles, EA, killed the market. A lot of people don't realize it. A lot of people will not realize how much damage collectibles actually did to the market. Because when you go out there and every single collection costs you an 8100K collectible, it makes all the gold players that have to be with it absolutely garbage. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if they're going to sell an 84 overall for 750 coins, 600 coins, and that just trickles everywhere else. Like the same with the 86s. The 86s could be worth 5, 6, 7K, but because the collectibles in there for 100K, people don't care about those players. They're willing to sell them for 750, 800. The demand for those isn't there because the demand's all there for the collectibles. So if collectibles weren't part of every single set, maybe we wouldn't be dealing with cards being irrelevant, which brings up point number 2. Useful sets. Can we please have some useful sets? Back in the day, we had collections. And I got to thinking of it. Other people got to thinking of it. Other people have said it. You know, it's like collections. We even talked about it in other videos. Collections give you a reason to want to, you know, grind out the game. Say whatever you want. Nowadays, when you do a collection, you're pretty much losing coins. Like, nobody wants to grind out a collection to lose coins. Back in the day, if you grinded out a collection, You could sell the players back, get some packs, whatever, right? Now you sell the, you don't get the players. You can't resell the players, and you still lose coins. That's the thing. Now, if we could go out there and get some sets and collections that are actually worth doing, yeah, I said worth doing. That's why we'd have to take out the collectibles here. We have to take out collectibles, and yeah, put in Crosby's, put in Ovies, put in McDavid's, put those into sets. I have no problem with them taking away the players. Like, once you complete the set, delete them from your team, right? That's absolutely fine because it stops farming. I get it. That's problem. They fixed this problem with that right there. But we should be able to get what's, in the collection, what's worth it. If we're doing one of those collections, say we have to put a Crosby, McDavid, we should get the equivalent for completing the set. We should be getting an upgraded Crosby or an upgraded McDavid, which is an idea, by the way, EA, if that was something you ever wanted to do, instead of all these crazy heroes, give them an upgraded card. But because of the heroes being in it, and so many people just complete the sets and go out there and sell the heroes real quick for like 140k, it's useless. You lose coins every single time. The want for me to do sets, it's not there. And I guess we'll talk about it real quick as well. I was going to try to keep this short. Apparently, it's not going to be short because, God forbid, right? I was thinking NHL 14, right? Everybody loved NHL 14. Everybody loved NHL 13. I've seen comments. This blew my mind, by the way. I've seen comments of people saying, just make Hut like it was in NHL 14. Make Hut like it was in NHL 13. And this is why I said EA was dealt an Edmonton Oilers hand and Peter Chiarelli ruined it type deal. Because Hut is, no questions asked, way more, not even close, way more in depth than NHL 14 was as far as things to do, etc. in the actual game mode besides play games and open packs. There's so much more to do. What's the one difference? Collections. In NHL 14, you did collections, you got coins for completing the collection, and that was it. That's literally all you could do was complete collections, and they had some sort of tourney thing. I've never actually seen it ran, so I don't know how often they actually did some little tourney mode, mini mode type of deal as well. But that was all they had. That was literally all they had in Hut. Was collections in that little mini tourney mode. Nothing else. They didn't have sets. Well, they did it. It was collections, but they didn't really have. They didn't have dynamic sets. They didn't have draft champions. They didn't have competitive seasons. All this other stuff. They didn't have solo challenges. None of this stuff was in the game. If all this stuff was in NHL 14, imagine how good NHL 14 would have been in Hut. It would have been extraordinary. It was already great. But the difference was people were farming and whatever, so they tried to get rid of that. All understandable, right? But people still like doing it. People like grinding out sets. People like grinding out for the collections. Now people don't have a reason to do that. Like, that was something that was time-consuming and fun to do, was completing sets and collections. And now, from a general standpoint, it doesn't seem relevant at all, unless you want to lose a bunch of coins and then eventually get, that 99 Yager or a Ginla if it works out for you. But when you're losing, whatever, going on. Over with, all right? You guys get it. Over with, okay? Yep, I got you. I went through the whole thing. Whatever. Next thing. Competitive seasons, team builds, right? This is one of those things where EA they listen to the wrong people. No offense to the guys that didn't like it or anything, but EA's got this tendency, when they listen to people that complain, we've seen with the ASHL attributes and stuff where we don't have attributes anymore. They listen to the people that complain a lot and they take things out, but it's the people that complain a lot that they take things out for that's the wrong things, and the things that people complain about that need to be taken out or need to be fixed, they don't fix. And this is one of those cases. Competitive seasons, nobody's forcing you to complete competitive seasons. But if you go out there and you make, like, what are they doing? Like a Western Eastern Conference thing right now? It forces people to build an Eastern Conference team. It forces them to build a Western Conference team. In essence, it's forcing people to buy players, right? You're buying players off the market, keeping, coins flowing, whatever. And it's keeping people doing things. You're not repetitively just using your exact same stack team every single game. Instead, you're giving an incentive. You got to build a team. Now you got to use that team to win games, right? It's an extra step, extra depth added to the game. And if you don't, honestly, if you don't like it, that's what Hut Seasons is for. That's why there's online seasons. Competitive seasons, you're giving great rewards. If you can't take the time to build a team, you have to complain about it, then you don't have to play it. They're giving you free rewards for building this team and playing with it and winning it. If you don't want those, then don't build a team. Honestly, I loved it. I loved the addition when they first did it. They caused when they made you build teams last season. I knew when people complained about it and took it out, people would want it back. And what do you know? Now people want it back. It was never something that should have been taken out, in my opinion. I know some people will disagree with me on that one, but I think they should have kept it. Like I said, it's an extra dynamic to the game, extra incentive to play. Whatever, right? Finally, better solo challenges. One last thing I gotta say. Solo challenges, I'll be completely honest, will probably be the thing I play most in Hut these days because I don't do it. I'm not a fan of having to do the same 3 goals every game. And it's always going to be in a game, like I said. It doesn't matter how much they try. There's always going to be people that do the exact same stuff every single game. It's how it is. It's how every game is. I mean, the same thing with every game people find exploits to do, especially with sports games. I mean, we can tone down the compies a little bit and make guys play defense. I think we can fix the skill zone. But you're always going to see the one-timers. You're always going to see a short side. It's always going to be there. They're not going to be able to take it out. That's just what people do. You have to let people one-timer, right? You one-timer in a real game, it's going to go in. So better solo challenges, right? That's how you avoid it. You play the compies. Right now, solo challenges are literally 2-minute games. 2-minute games, every single one of them. I mean, yeah, there's an incentive, but you literally have to play every 2-minute game. When I pictured solo challenges, I think this could be an easy ad for me. I think they might do it. When I pictured solo challenges, I pictured it set up like Madden, where you go into like the third period, maybe there's 5 minutes left, you're down a goal. You got to go in there, you got to score a goal, you got to score another goal, you got to win the game, challenge complete, right? You can leave whenever you finish the challenge or you score a goal. Or maybe you have to go in there third period, you got to get 10 hits, 5 hits. Whenever you get 5 hits, you can leave the challenge, right? But instead, they force you to play these 2-minute games over and over and over, and it's really repetitive. And you can really understand how that gets stale right away. I have to play 2-minute periods every time for the exact same, you know, regardless of the challenge. Like, the challenge is supposed to be an incentive-based thing. Almost like the NHL Moment Live. Now that I think about it, remember that was at NHL 13-14? They had the Moments Live or whatever. You could play offline. Kind of set it up like that to an extent, I guess. That'd be kind of understanding where you guys could probably relate if you don't play other EA games, Madden, whatever, stuff like that. So those are my things. Those are my wishes? I think I exceeded my Genie's 3 wishes. But those are the things I want to see in Hut. We didn't cover draft champions because that's probably going to be a whole other video I can complain about for another 10 minutes. And you guys don't need to hear that in this video. But those are my things. I think there's minor things they can do. Easy fixes, low expense fixes that can really drive Hut the right direction. And I think they buried it this year. I think they can fix it. I'm hopeful they fix it next year. High hopes for NHL 19. I don't think we get much lower than we were this year as far as my interest was. I have high hopes. I'm hoping for the best. I want to hear what you guys want to see in Hut next year. Like I said, there's always other things that I'm missing, obviously. That's not something I listed other people are thinking of, or it didn't come across my mind when I made the video, you know. The list can go on forever, like it'll just pop in your head. Other people have ideas. They're great ideas. Comment them down below. Love to discuss it with you guys. As always, though, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.